Okay guys, this is Visual of Chicago. We're gonna show you how to set up 210 gallon all glass fish tank in one day with driftwood, rocks, plastic plants. I can show to you briefly what do we have here, and it's lots of stuff: rocks, filters, heaters, artificial plants, tape, one I'm gonna use for background, and big pieces soaked for a few weeks of the driftwood. So we're starting with glass cleaner. We like this one at the best, you know. You can get this one at Home Depot. And paper towel. So it's brand new tank. So we're just gonna clean the glass for background and side ground application. So I'm wiping the old glass from outside. Inside part we will take care later on, because it's a lot sediment, fingerprints, and list goes on. All this stuff, it's on the inside of the tank, so we will do this later. And same thing we do on the back of the tank, because we will do now background in the back of the tank and on the side as well. And number one, what we do will be the black one, because algae not as visible, and also reflects on plants and fish better. So that's what we like to use. And the best one on the market would be Plex background. Comes in now in two colors, black or blue. Two options, you know. We're gonna use a black one. And why pen? Just because I think only one company on the market makes background enough tall for 210 gallon tank or 150 gallon tank. So stay tuned. We're gonna try to pre-cut the side, and we will show to you how to apply now Gorilla tape on the edges and how it's gonna work. And this is number one tape we're using. It's Gorilla tape for the background. Holds very good, you know, and very easy to apply. Okay, now we're gonna use pre-cut piece, you know, for the side coverage. We did, you know, back side already, you know, and one of the sides, you know, prior to this. So I'm gonna show to you how we're gonna do, you know, side background. And what I do now, I'm using a tape and I'm preparing some pieces on the side of the tank. This way for me more convenient and easy, especially when I do by myself. This one is pre-cut, so as you can see, I'm leaving edge on the top. This way tape can seal it, and water not gonna get behind the background and not gonna leave any marks. So first I'm starting from the center. Okay, and adding another piece, the one I have prepared before. Okay, here's the second piece, and the last piece in here on the edge. So now this tape holds in the top part, okay? So you see the gaps. So what I do with last, I'm gonna use the tape all the way across the top part to make sure what water will never get behind the background. So here we go, full length. And now I'm gonna stretch to the bottom. The piece, you know, this way will look very nice and no any wrinkles. I'm starting always from centerpiece, which is a very small one. So I'm gonna stretching like this. This is nice and neat, and just securing like this top part and stretching down a little bit. That's it. It's very nice. And holding the corner of the background, adding another piece, holding the corner again, adding the last piece. Okay, now I have a little edge, overlapping the glass in the front of the tank. I'm gonna just start to cut with a knife from top and holding tight to the edge, and goes very smooth and nice. Just keep moving your fingers accordingly, with the blade. Don't injure yourself. And that's what this way you can have a nice and clean cut. I'm gonna show to you how to put together now eheim 2215, the one we're using all the time, and I like a lot of them. On this tank we're gonna use two of them, one 2217 and one 2215. So I like this tool. I bought it at Menards. Very convenient to cut the hoses. So I'm just gonna install the hose. I'm gonna tie with the screw. Okay. I'm gonna cut a little piece. I'm gonna install valve. I'm gonna secure. We have one valve already installed. This is an intake, so I'm gonna put again a hose on the valve, on that nipple, secure with a nut. Okay. I'm gonna cut a little piece off and install another valve. And tie the nut. Okay, now we have a filter with two valves installed. Here's it's called a J-tube, for the spray bar. So I'm gonna cut a little piece of the hose and slide on at one end. And I'm gonna attach spray bar as well. This filter will be on the left side of the tank, so I'm gonna position a spray bar towards the middle of the tank. That's how it looks, one part. I'm gonna attach the hose onto this, so it will be easier for me to install, because I will have to be behind this fish tank, as you can see. I have an intake as well, so I'm gonna look for another hose. I'm gonna attach a hose to the intake as well, as you can see. And I'm gonna prepare a couple suction cups to secure the filter to the tank, to the glass of the tank. So here we go. I'm gonna grab a couple of these, like this. It's very simple and easy. And we're ready now for installation. Filter is installed, as you can see. Heater in the corner installed as well. So we're gonna try to work on landscaping now. After so many trials and errors, we have seems like what we like. And on some of the plant driftwood pieces, we had to add bases, so we just have to drill them, on the right angle, shim it. You can put, like this piece specifically on an angle using the small pieces of the slate rock. And I think, came out very good. We like design. And we're gonna try now to start to work, adding the gravel and finishing decorate the tank. Well, we added driftwood, we lined up it, I think came out good. We have a little opening between two sort of islands, you know, and I think, you know, looks good, you know. I mean, we still have to add some plants, and we're going to use artificial plants to get things going faster, and maybe in the future we will switch to real ones, but you know, we like a simple way, and that's what we're trying to do in here. So I think, you know, will look very nice, you know. Looks full and a lot of character, you know, in pieces of wood, you know. So soon we will start to add these plants made by Universal Rock. They're very natural, and I'm hoping they will look in a tank very awesome. So it's 5 of each, so we're gonna try to work on it very soon. And we have a couple of hundred of tiny plants, you know, we're gonna use for foreground. We're adding some plants in the fish tank to make it look, you know, very natural, you know, and we don't want to go too crazy, but I think so far you can see nice character of the driftwood, you know, and the plants not hiding completely. Beautiful layout of the driftwood. So we're gonna continue, you know, to work and keep recording for you guys, just to have some ideas. I just found in a pet shop, you know, lots of these plants for sale, and they're looking kind of awesome because I can use them in for the foreground, and I paid 10 cents a piece. So let's see how it's gonna come out. These small plants are very individual, you know, very small ones. So to save your time and our time, we did not record it, you know, how we planted each one. But it's very simple. We're just taking it to the gravel, you know, and filling in our roots, and I think looks very attractive. These plants we bought, you know, from Universal Rocks. They have a basis, you know, so it's very good, you know. They're never gonna float, you know, to the surface, and it's very easy to plant them. So again, you know, you're just trying to push into the gravel and filling the sides. This one we'd like to make a little taller, you know, so we'll go in between of these two, and that's how everything looks alike now, you know. And I think, you know, came out very good. This plant, very tall one, but again, you know, from Universal Rocks, and have a base, and it will never float and will be very stable in a tank. So we're just gonna put down, you know, and this one should stay this way. Okay, so it seems like we're at the final phase, one of the final phases, I mean, and what we're gonna do just now, maybe we'll correct, you know, a couple of things, you know, the way we would look nicer, and we will start to fill the tank, and afterwards we will see, you know, after the tank will be full and filters will be running, if anything could be changed. But this is very simple thing, you know, I mean, and you could do in one day instead to wait for a long time until plants will be growing, you know, and you need more equipment. So we prefer this way, and so far everybody likes it. We're filling up the tank, so hopefully the plants will stay same way, but also we can always make corrections if we need it. This is the final phase of the fish tank. We have some discoloration because of the driftwood, but makes perfect Amazon River habitat. And now we will add some fish. We have 100 gold tetras, a dozen or so red Fonria tetras, and for the upper part of the fish tank will be tank raised hatchets, silver hatchets. So in a moment we're gonna try to add some fish. And now we're adding hatchets. I was surprised we have now yank raised, you know, so hopefully these will be more sturdy. There we go. The tank, this one we did a month ago as well, maybe a little bit longer ago, and now full of the fish. It's a different concept because it's a planted tank and most of the plants are fake, except we added just a couple of weeks ago some crypts, and we have lots of angelfish. These are called blue, Filipino blue. I don't see too much of a blue in them, but they're looking very, very attractive. And a whole bunch of gold tetras swimming around. We have even a couple silver hatchets. Very hungry ones looking for food. Tank raised. So you can't even tell what this fish tank is not with the natural plants. And that's what this is all about. It's just simple way to approach and to have a very attractive, very beautiful tank in a very short time. On this setup I had a driftwood, the one was sticking out from the fish tank, the kind high up. So I just left the pieces as is. Like this one, and now makes it look very natural. I just cut out the glass top. But this one I just added, you know, some vegetation from Michael's hobby store, and you know, to make it look more natural. So I didn't want to cut it, you know, so that's what we have now. We just fed the fish, so seems like we're still hungry. We're all over, swimming all over, and all the plants except few in the middle, a few crypts in the middle in the foreground, fake. Very quick approach to have a natural looking tank, and with the time we can switch, you know, plastic ones to live ones, because there will be more fertilizer in the gravel.